Your brain would rather fight an imaginary enemy than let you sit in peace. You finally lie down in bed, staring at a ceiling fan, spinning slowly in the dark. Your phone is face down on the wooden desk. This is the exact moment your mind decides to hand you a transcript of a brief conversation you had with a coworker 3 years ago. It demands that you run the conversation again, but this time, you must deliver a devastatingly sharp retort. You rehearse the line, you win the imaginary argument, and then your chest tightens. Wait, why does sitting alone feel like preparing for battle? The shower argument is a joke you've probably seen online, but the joke hides a dark biological truth. When you remove external tasks, your mental activity doesn't drop to zero. Instead, a specific network in your head spikes with electrical energy. You might reach for your phone within 3 seconds of stillness, not because you're addicted to the glass screen, but because you're instinctively trying to drown out the noise of your own internal courtroom. The moment you stop distracting yourself, the simulation resumes. For a long time, scientists assumed that an idle brain was a resting brain. In the late 90s, a neuroscientist named Marcus Raichle noticed that a massive neural circuit was burning through oxygen and glucose at an alarming rate, while people did absolutely nothing inside an MRI machine. He named it the default mode network. It is one of the most expensive systems in your skull, and it doesn't activate when you're working. No, it activates when you stop. Picture a paranoid security guard, wearing a tiny, oversized hat, pacing around a dark control room inside your forehead. When you're busy filing a spreadsheet, the guard is distracted, but the second you sit still, he sits down at his monitors, zooms in on your relationships, and starts looking for cracks. This network is not designed for peace. It is a social surveillance system that treats your reputation like a physical organ. To your ancestors, social exclusion was not just an embarrassing memory. No, it was a death sentence. If the tribe decided they didn't like you, you were cast out into the cold, with nothing but a caveman spear to defend yourself. The brain that panicked over a cold shoulder survived to pass on its genes. The brain that didn't care ended up as dinner. This is why your body reacts to a passive-aggressive email with the same biological panic it would use for a physical attacker. Your body reacts as if something real is happening. Your chest tightens. Your stomach drops. Your muscles prepare for a fight that never arrives. A tiny wooden courtroom gavel slams down inside your skull, demanding a defense. But your body doesn't know that the threat is entirely simulated. You pay the physical price for a war that only exists in your head, while the person you're arguing with is fast asleep. The alarm is not wise. It is just old. In the ancient past, this threat simulator only had to manage the opinions of about 150 people. Today, your phone, face down on the wooden desk, is a direct line to millions of them. Every notification is a tiny, unpredictable status signal. When you post something and the replies arrive slowly, your brain doesn't see a timing delay. It sees a group of people turning their backs on you. Under the flickering light of a neon exit sign, the security guard in your head starts to panic. You haven't lost your ability to relax. You've simply built a world that constantly feeds raw data into your survival simulator without ever letting it finish its job. The simulated arguments are not a sign that you have unresolved problems. They're just the sound of an ancient machine running its diagnostic checks. The emptiness is not failure. It's just processing. You can't turn this network off, but you can change how you respond to its alarms. The next time you're sitting alone and the internal trial begins, you don't have to hire a lawyer. You can simply watch the security guard pace around his room, holding his tiny hat, and recognize that the threat is just a ghost. The courtroom in your head is an illusion. And you don't have to fight the imaginary enemy to finally find your peace.